Okay, and we have our cultural translator, David Eaton, on the line today. I'm going to give you a couple of stats on this particular topic we're talking about today, and you can tell me what it is. Has 500 million active monthly users. The app has been downloaded 1.5 billion times in 155 countries, and is Apple's most downloaded app. What am I, David?
It is TikTok. The app is TikTok.
There it is. What is TikTok?
It is, so like you said, it's incredibly popular. So if I'm speaking to a group of students, which I do frequently, one of the things I asked them a few months ago, I said, hey, what's your favorite app, Instagram or Snapchat? And they all yelled back at me in unison, TikTok. So what you need to know is that the times have changed. It is an app that's it's really fun, it's really clever, and it allows you to record 15-second or 60-second loops of you telling a joke, of you singing a song, of you showing a transformation in your beauty. And what you need to know about this is that it's massively popular, and it's just infinite content over and over and over again, and kids love it.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, so that explains why when I asked my almost 16-year-old son what it was, he proceeded to tell me that I will tell you what it is as long as you promise to never download it and never use it.
And did you make a deal with him?
I made the deal. He said, as long as I'm your son, you have to make this promise and keep it. So I'll never be able to record anything on TikTok. It sounds like a really great way to make a demo reel, though, like 15 seconds, if you can't capture someone's attention in 15 seconds. Do we need to be worried about this platform, David, in your estimation?
So there's always good and bad things with new social media apps. And so the first thing is you'll notice is that your son doesn't want you on it. That's completely normal because they're always going to migrate. So as soon as their parents come across the app and jump on it, and then finally when their grandmothers get on it, like on Facebook, then they are out.
Right.
And so they'll start off by creating fake accounts so they can interact with their friends privately. And so, yeah, I think we always need to be concerned because on one level, our kids need our wisdom and we need their wonders. And this is a separation for us. However, don't need to freak out. The number one thing we recommend at Access is just go download the app.
Right.
Now, don't instantly start following your kids, but just download it and try to experience it non-anxiously and non-judgmentally. And so, you know, when I did this, I noticed it was hilarious. I also noticed that they made fun of their parents a lot. I noticed that there were a lot of sexual triggers because you have girls in their bikinis and they're, you know, this kind of transformation that happens, and tons of F words. So, I mean, those are kind of but I noticed that it was easy to blow 20 minutes because 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. And I found myself laughing a lot. So there's a lot to appreciate with the creative background. And also what you need to know, it used to be called Musical.ly.
Okay.
It used to be a lip syncing app where you'd sing songs. It's now owned by a Chinese company. And again, for some reason, that's important to some parents. And so they're having all of our kids' information. And then it's just massively popular internationally.
Yeah, it seems to be really big in Southeast Asia, especially India. I think they've got something like 466 million users in India alone. Interesting. When I was looking up some of the details and stats on this particular app, in the last year and a half, adults' usage grew by 5.5 times in the US of A. What do you attribute that to? Why are adults jumping on board with this app? Are we bored?
Who isn't bored on some level? I mean, that's what the iPhone or technology smartphones promise us, is that we'll never have to be bored. We'll never have to reflect on our lives. And so what's amazing about this app is you see, and of course, we worship the youth, right?
Right.
So in Western civilization, we worship youth. We just want to know what's going on. And again, there are some really funny aspects to it and really interesting aspects. Again, so what we recommend to parents is, one, figure out if it's an emergency or not. Most of the time when your kids are on it, it's not an emergency, but you want to help them understand how to choose and love righteousness. And then secondly, empathize. What would it feel like especially if you haven't let your kids have a TikTok account, which I think you shouldn't in many situations, or at least you should incrementally allow them into it. But just realize, what does it feel like to be left out? When you were 14 years old and you were left out, there was a joke that someone said and you didn't laugh at it. That's what happens if your kid doesn't have the most popular social media account. They're going to feel left out. And there's no problem feeling left out. But again, you need to negotiate that beforehand. And then download it, download it and figure out how to translate the gospel throughout the whole thing.
Exactly. Well, that's a lot of great information, David. I love what you said. A lot of wisdom. They're looking to us for wisdom, but we want to keep the wonder in their eyes and in their view of this world. And so let's help them navigate that. Thanks so much, David, for your time with us today. We know we'll be hearing lots from you in weeks to come. And thanks so much. Well, there's more to come, and we'll be right back after this.